Let's mix up those metrics with some imperial stuff. You're an idiot. My oil catch tank turned up today for the Monster. Jolly nice piece of kit, actually, really nicely made. Not sure where it's made. And that's going to fit in something like that. Yeah, fairly discreet. Nice. Monkey likes it. Just need to get some 20-ish mil tubing for it. I think it's 22 mil at the other end down there. So I'll get that because we can always clamp it on a bit tighter on there. Job done. Got me Bondo as well, so I can patch in that little chip in the tank. There we go. Chip fixed. Half fixed. Sand it, and the paint should be in this week, and we can get that painted up. And I'm still considering doing that this level here around the filler cap gold, actually. I think I might do that. And there it is, fitted in place on that bar that I said I was going to fit it to, which is the old coil mount. So that's lovely. So I just need some 22 mil hose, about a foot, to get from there to wherever it is down there, wherever the blue rag is, in there somewhere. There it is. Yeah, down to there. Yeah, so a foot of 22 mil. Let's mix up those metrics with some imperial stuff. Rude not to. Well, no bench drill, but seeing as I got the brake pedal off, I thought I'd give it a go with the faithful Black & Decker. And a vice and a wedge, because it's not quite straight, right? It's tapered. Sanded down the tank, so that's ready for the paint to arrive now. Looking forward to that. Definitely going to give this a shot with the gold, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just paint over it. Not bad at all. It would have been a lot better if I had a drill press drill, whatever, you know, big drill on a bench. Accuracy wise, but that's not bad. From a distance, time to wire this up properly. So drop the headlights out of the way, got the speedo cable thing out of the way, and I shall be using my normal meltage to complete the job. Actually, you know what, I've changed my mind. Having disconnected the 5-boy, which involves 5 wires, so 2 green, 2 black into 1 black. I'm gonna keep these connections on here. There's plenty of room to stash them down there when nobody will see them, and I'm confident in these connectors. Actually, I really like them, as you know, for testing, and I'm just gonna leave them there and stash them. Got that sorted out, no problem. Well, the lights were actually a little difficult to mount back into the frame there. And then I just thought I'd put the speedo back in, and yeah. So the mount there just sheared off. I wasn't even tightening it a lot. The joys of living in an arid climate. So it's basically just a rubber mount, and the screw there is what it screws into, and that just kind of broke off, which is a real pain. Can't even begin to see where that might all connect up. Somewhere in there, I guess. Why that thread wouldn't go all the way through that rubber mount, I don't know. Probably from a vibration aspect, as we found out on the Augusta with the wibbly wobbly speedo. But yeah, that's really annoying. And I don't think glue is going to do the trick. but it's a place to start, right? Tedious. Well, we give them that a go. I'll try it out tomorrow. I don't hold out much hope. That said, there's all kinds of options to put a bracket across the top of the headlights and mount it lower, which might be kind of sexy and cover up all that shit. Or brackets off the handlebar mounts, which would kind of keep it roughly where it is. So, plenty of options if plan A doesn't work, and I don't think it will. And we're a big fan of plan B, because if I haven't told you before, plan B is a 501c3, which in English terms is a charity, non-profit organisation which helps save wolves and wolf dogs, just like the two idiots that we have here. Through the support of our donors, we fund rescues, medical bills, emergencies, transport, all kinds of things for sanctuaries and wolf dogs in trouble all over the nation. So much for whiteboards, wipe clean my arse. That's not an instruction, that's a comment. Time for my favourite cleaner. Even that struggled, to be honest. Mind you, by the morning it'll probably rotted a hole in the wall. Use with care, you have been warned. It's very stroppy stuff. By the way, I don't know what it is about this particular photo and the frame it's in. It's a lovely photo of Dan Gurney in the Eagle, and it's actually signed by him. And it was given to me by my mate Chuck, but no matter how many times I straighten it, it decides to wonkify itself. What's that all about? Anyway, while I had the acetone on the rag, I thought I'd wipe down the tank. So there we go. We can give it a quick dusting when the paint arrives, which hopefully will be in the next couple of days. And we can give that a whack of new paint and it'll be fine. Tidied up the cables into the Speedo, somewhat. Ordered some stickers for the fuel tank. Yes. From my favourite sticker supplier, stickerapp.com, I think it is. And yeah, $11 shipped from Europe, I think. Crazy. Kind of waiting on parts at the moment, so I thought I'd give the wheels a bit of a clean up with something serious and see what they look like. And I have to say, they look pretty good to me. Shiny, shiny wheels. Well, I haven't done the other side, obviously. But yeah. I hate cleaning stuff. It's very exhausting and marginally rewarding. But they do look good, so that's good news from the teacup side of things. Little finishing touch on that with some black paint in the grooves. So I just sprayed it completely and then sanded down the raised surface. And I almost forgot, the glue actually seemed to work, so that crazy glue is crazy good. So I've tightened it down very gently this time, and we'll see if it falls off when we take it for a ride eventually. Also found somewhere to fit the mirror on the MV. Who'd have thought, huh? On the handlebars. Yes, why not? Kind of a traditional place to put it. Meantime, paint has arrived, so the tank is outside drying in my oven. Gas mark 90 degrees, I think. 95 degrees even. So I have to take Mr. Simps to the vet, and I'll leave it out there and bring it back in when I get back. By which time it'll be nicely cooked. So took Simps in for his oil change, he's all good, and dropped off at Ace on the way back for a couple of minutes and a couple of nuts. These nuts. So now, I haven't tightened it up fully because this isn't even tightened up fully. It's not, I'm going to paint it, but now we have a level foot peg, and yeah, I rather like that too. Yeah, good. Cool. And the tank has finished baking, and not a bad finish overall. Dog hair, obviously. So yeah, I think a little gentle, probably just Tika actually, bring that up nicely. I'm going to leave it a couple of days now, just leave it sitting there, as long as it doesn't leak. we'll be fine. It's gonna need a lock washer in there. I was debating getting a lock nut, but that would have made life complicated, but just a lock washer in between the two, and that'll be firm enough, I think. I might still put something down that gap at the back. Well, it's the right idea, but they look a bit crap, honestly, and they were cheap, so it's fine. But I think I can show Derek that, and that will do the trick and get him to make me something that I can screw in using the existing holes there. And it'd be much nicer than that. Maybe I'll use them on the Bel Air, who knows? Or the FJ, or nothing at all. Something else turned up today. Apparently it's exciting, according to my wife. I offered her some spanners and a screwdriver, but apparently it's my job. So I should be doing that for the next 2 hours, probably. I'm not going to film it, don't worry. New combined brake light indicator and the came in today. Yeah, so more than 2 wires coming out the back, which is a good thing. Yes, almost twice the length. Not such a good thing for what I have in mind, but in theory you can chop these LED strips and they continue to work. So seeing as I got 4 for the price of nothing, I might try that. Ridiculously thin wires, as I've complained about before, so I can't use my favourite strippers because they don't go down that small. Luckily I have these more basic boys. That very smallest setting there works perfectly. I must be getting better at this because I got it right first time. So there's the running lights and there's the brake lights. Not a lot of difference. Might put a secondary brake light in after all. And found out which indicators are which, but I'm not going to be using them anyway. Because if I do indicators, I'll use those funky little ones that I had that mounted under the handlebars or under the back here. Yeah. So, that's good. I think I'll just finish off the tank. So there's one tiny little area on the tank that I wasn't 100% happy with, and I thought I'd give it a little work with some T-cut, actually after some 1200 wet and dry, and I thought I might have to paint it, but I think a little bit more work, that's going to be fine. And I know I said I was going to do it in a couple of days, but you know me better than that. I'm impatient. I'm also thinking that if I do this area here in gold, I might use those gold pinstripes, along here, which will help. There you go. Only joking, although I do quite like that. There, something like that. Very JPS. Yeah, went a bit wonky at the end, but it's only temporary because I haven't finished off the tank paint yet. But yeah, I'm thinking something like that might work with the gold filler cap area. JPS enough for you, Mr. Tyndall? If you're still watching, do let me know. Do chime in, Mr. T. By the way, today I reached out to the guy that's doing the Monster in the UK for the Bold, and I've added him and a few others to my featured channels at the bottom of the page, I guess. And I reached out to him and said, I blame you, because I started watching you a long time ago, and now I've started tearing bikes apart, which takes up a lot of time. And please add me to your featured channels, so we'll see if he does. Anyway, I've just rubbed it down really gently, actually, with that 1200 wet and dry, just to take off that kind of overspray that ends up giving it a slightly rough surface. So the next stage will be to wipe all that shit off and tea-cut the boy. Looking forward to the gold paint arriving, the extra spray can, extra can of gold paint arriving next week because it's perfect painting weather. Temperatures are set to soar into the hundreds here in Sedona, and today it nearly got there. Thankfully it didn't. So before I tea-cut the thing, I've wiped it all off, obviously. I've done stage 1 of the masking. So these kind of curves where you can bend the tape out, no problem. When you got to come round, yeah, see that bit needs, well, I don't know, yeah, no, that bit needs smoothing out a little. So these curves where you got to come round a tighter, yeah, see there again, a tighter curve and a convex curve, very difficult. Lots of tape, small lines. It's a little bit how I mask things off in Photoshop actually, so kind of used to it. But yeah, that's the point right there. So yeah, a little bit more. Toying with the idea of a beer bottle cap. Just a nod to Arizona. I know it's not the Monster, but I suddenly had a brainwave on the MV Augusta and the exhaust deflection system, the reality of which is actually a brain fart in the beginning and ordering completely the wrong thing. So I found these on eBay, which are a 1.5 inch inside outside diameter, doesn't really matter. Anyway, they should slot nicely inside the baffle that I have. And then I'll just be able to use that existing hole, this existing hole, to mount them. So, be gone, you horrible, oversized, ridiculous exhaust trim piece. Had another brainwave on getting that curve really nice and smooth by using the trim, if you like, from the F4 stickers that I had made for the Augusta. So that might just work. Oh, I love my wife, she's so good. She went handbag shopping today at a yard sale in search for Chanel, apparently. However, she found 4 wheels and tyres brand new for FJ Cruiser, so I'm off to pick them up at a vastly discounted price.
Circle, continue straight to stay on Arizona 179 North.
Yes, I know where I'm going, thank you. There we go. 4 relatively new tyres, including rims. Or should that be relatively new rims, including tyres? Yeah, for a little over $500. Couldn't even get 2 tyres for that. Impatient as always, I just worked out that my paint won't be arriving until at least Wednesday, and he wanted to give this a shot. So I'm going to use some different paint just to see what it looks like. And oh yeah, and the other reason is my experience with masking tape in this dry, arid climate is that actually if you leave it on there too long, it doesn't just peel off nicely, so it'll ruin the black paint anyway. So I either have to strip it all down again and then do it all again on Wednesday, or just give it a hit now, see what it looks like, and if I don't like it I can paint it black, and if I do like it I can remask it. And talking of gold paint, I just can't live with this, which is really annoying because it looked really good when it was gold. But this copper effect, if I'd known it was going to do that, and plus, yeah, I mean, look at that. Yeah, not good. Plus, if I knew it was going to do that, I'd have found some copper paint to do that, maybe. Or gone the black route. But I've put it on now, so I'm not taking it off again. So I'm actually going to go that route of the exhaust wrap, which I don't really like. We used it on a race car, and it's horrible to put on. Your hands get all itchy because it's usually fiberglass or something nasty. And and yeah, it's a real fiddle, and the metal tie wraps don't really work very well, etc, etc. However, I found some that is lava based, crushed lava rock, not fiberglass. So I've ordered some of that, and it's kind of a gold colour too. So when it turns up, we'll give it a go, see what it looks like. Well, that's about it for today. Oh, what, you want to see what the paint looks like? All right. Not bad at all, including the line. Didn't put too much on, so it didn't leak. And yeah, kind of like that. Especially, it almost matches that. No, it doesn't. Well, it does from a distance. Yeah, kind of like that. I'm going to live with that for a bit. And maybe put it on a bike, see what it looks like in situ. So that's about it for today, and thanks for watching as usual. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and encourage others to watch my lunacy, including sitting on my new chair, which is very high up. That chair there, it was a bargain.